What's up and welcome everyone to a new video here on the official MTG Arena YouTube channel. My name is Ashlizzlle, and today we're going to have a look at one of my favorite cards from the new set and one of my favorite archetypes ever, Mono Black Massacre Girl. So let's get into it and let's have a look at what cards we're working with. So this deck is built around Massacre Girl Known Killer, a 4-mana 4/4 creature with menace that gives creatures you control Wither. Now this means that creatures deal damage in the form of -1/-1 counters. And Massacre Girl draws you a card whenever a creature an opponent controlled dies if its toughness was less than 1. So creatures dying through combat damage will draw your cards, but also removal spells that work with lowering toughness, like Candy Grapple, that gives a target creature -3/-3 until end of turn, or -5/-5 until end of turn if bargained, trigger Massacre Girl's ability. So in order to take even more advantage of her ability, I'm also playing Virtue of Persistence for its adventure side, Loctwain Scorn. That gives a target creature -3/-3 until end of turn, and you gain 2 life, and Life of the Shiro, because out of the 3 options that you can choose from, one of them is giving a target creature -1/-1 until end of turn. Now both Life of the Shiro and Loctwain Scorn also give us life gain, which is very useful against all the aggro decks that you queue into when playing Best of 1. Now, in order to help us find Massacre Girl more consistently, we're playing Case of the Stashed Skeleton, a 2-mana enchantment case that creates a 2/1 skeleton token with Suspect, and once you control no suspected skeletons, you get to solve the case. And once solved, you can sacrifice it for 2 mana to find a card from your deck and put it into your hand. Now, this deck plays a lot of removal, so for instance, if you have a hand with a lot of removal, or your opponent has a lot of creatures on the board, you can tutor for the one-off Archfiend of the Dross that makes your opponent lose 2 life whenever a creature they control dies. Or if you need some life gain, or just want one of the most powerful cards in Standard in your hand, you can tutor for Shoulder the Apocalypse. But we're also playing a spicy one-off Axelsad's Deepest Betrayal that can provide you with a lot of life gain as a 4/4 flyer with lifelink, and it also makes your opponent discard a card upon attacking and draws you a card if they can't discard. Now, no mid-range deck is complete without access to card draw, so in this deck I'm playing 3 copies of Gig's Yawgmoth Predator that draws a card whenever a creature deals combat damage to one of your opponents. In this deck plays quite a lot of flyers like Fairy Dream Thief and the incredible Deep Cavern Bat that exiles a non-land card from your opponent's hand upon entering the battlefield until it leaves the battlefield. And both cards are nice with Gigs because they deal combat damage easier to your opponent than creatures without flying. Now we're also playing Creature of the Schism, who draws a card upon attacking if our life total is higher than our opponent's, and if our life total is lower, we create a 1/1 vampire token with lifelink upon attacking. And last, but certainly not least for this deck, is a card that I always include in my Mono Black decks, Evolved Sleeper. A 1-mana creature that you can level up by paying for its activated abilities. Now for 1 mana, it becomes a 2/2 creature. If you then pay 2 mana, it becomes a 3/3 creature with Death Touch. And after you've done this, you can pay 3 mana to give it a 1/1 counter, and you draw a card. And you can do this however many times you can or want to pay for it. Now, Evolved Sleeper is just such a great mana sink and allows you to use your mana you might have left over on your turns, which is always great. Alright, so we have our removal. We're packed with removal. We're packed with life gain. We're packed with super powerful, high toughness, black creatures. The only thing left for us to do now is find the aggro players and show them what Mono Black can do. But before we get into it, don't forget to like and subscribe to the official MTG Arena YouTube channel. And if you enjoyed what you're seeing so far and you want to see some more of my own content, you can check that out over on youtube.com/Ashlizzlle, where I post daily MTG Arena brews. Alright, huge shout out to Wizard of the Coast for allowing me to make another video for you guys. And without further ado, let's slay the competition with some Mono Black Massacre Girl. Alright, let's do it. Dream Thief and a Bat. I'm down. Alright, Surveil 1 when it enters the battlefield. Let's have a look what we get. An Evolved Sleeper. Not mad at that. Probably keep it. I mean, eventually we want to get to our removal and we get to our Massacre Girls, but that's okay. Cool. Restless Vinestalk. Cookies. Always cool to see. Alright, so let's grab Teething Wormlet. There we go. We just want to like deny that like turn 1 Wormlet into turn 2 Ginger Brew. We want to deny the life gain. So we're good there. That's fine. Nope, we're good, we're good. Got ourselves a Virtue of Persistence. We're going to use that on the Surge Engine. We're going to swing in here. We're going to play Evolved Sleeper. Probably just gonna play Takenuma out. We can buff this up. Make it a better blocker. Start like growing our little sleeper that eventually becomes really scary. Yeah, this Mono Black deck, I was like, I was trying something different, and the amount of times that's the one that's just so weird. Like, when I was recording a couple days ago, I could only find control. I record today, I could only find aggro, so I have to be like, constantly, like, changing it around, but, I think we're doing okay now with this Mono Black deck. Alright. Well, I could also just put Shelly in play. It's probably the most, like, efficient thing for me to do here. Like, I could just swing in with the team. The only thing is, like, that the opponent can grow the Surge Engine. Then again, Shelly gains me life. Deep Cavern Bat still gaining me life. They do have the Case of the Filched Falcon to create, like, a flyer. But that's also why, like, if we have Shelly in play, then Shelly is at least pinging my opponent, so... In case they have a Larcenist, I still have Virtue to, like, free Shelly if we need to. Got a new Wormlet. Alright. So then what's the move? Could also just remove the Wormlet so we can start, like, pressuring with Shelly, but... See about that one. Alright. So the opponent is probably going to do the Case. I have the Evolved Sleeper that I can still attack with successfully. I could swing in with a Fairy Dream Thief too, because I could exile it to, like, draw a card. I don't hate that. If I attack with Shelly, the Teething Wormlet just becomes a little evil, but they use their mana, that we can take out the Search Engine. Or if they, like, are silly to block the Dream Thief, we can also Virtue. I think this puts us in a pretty good spot. Okay, let's do... Grow it. I mean, I could grow it again. Thinking about that one. Probably. Get the Shelly trigger, push 5 damage. Okay. It's so fun to see, like, Cookies... I run into more Cookie players in Best of 1 than I do in Best of 3. I don't know why that is. But it's pretty cool to see. Should be a video, like an older video on Cookies up on the MTG Arena channel somewhere, like one of my videos. You might have to dig, like, a couple months back, but somewhere around Ixalan's release. After Ixalan's release. Alright. Well, we definitely have lands for days, but we can use them, so it's okay. Let's start off with the Deep Cavern Bat, see what we're working with. It might be like a Otawara Bounce Shelly type situation. I don't know. Long pause from the opponent. Repulsive Mutation in the main. Alright, gamer. Go off. You know? Okay, so I still have a Mishra's Foundry that I can attack with too. What is the play? I think I'm definitely removing the Wormlet here. And I'm going to swing in with just the Wolf Sleeper, I think. I mean, you could swing into both of these, but... Shelly is putting in the work. I mean, they do have the Otawara for the bounce, but I'll just play her again, right? It's like... it's pretty good. The Otawara is not doing much for them right now. So... that works. Clears up the sky. Found Shelly. A desperation thing. Because they're like tapped out now too, so... You know, it's kind of not where you wanna be at. Alright. We take him. I mean, looks okay. We got good interaction. Got an Evolved Sleeper. Shelly shows up. Got some Preachers. Assuming we're planes, I mean, I think Boros Convoke probably. Lunar Veteran. Alright. Maybe a little bit of lifelink, or it could be like the Boros Convoke mirror tech for the deck itself. You know? Okay. They do be Convoke with the Lunar Veteran to try and like break the mirror. Really? Okay. Yeah, I'm like most likely just going to be removing something. I'll swing in with the Evolved Sleeper because I can, and I guess it's gonna be just Virtue on the Veteran. Like, I still have my Candy Grapple left. I wanna prevent them from gaining life. We will see how things go. War Leader's Call, alright. Time to set up Preacher of the Schism. At least that's got a really nice toughness, so it's a good worker for us. The Death Touch obviously is really nice too. Cool. Shelly, you are our only hope. Hopefully they don't Gleeful Demolition us or something. But this deck has access to quite a good amount of life gain, so... And jinxed it. I'm like jinxing myself the entire night so far, or day, whatever it is at this point. I've jinxed myself. It's not good. I don't like it. Alright, Luminous Phantom, please. Okay, I'm not gonna say it. I'm not saying it. Okay, no Knight Errant. Good. I could swing in here. I probably will. I'll create a little 1/1. With Shelly in play. Life gain, save us. I'm really just hoping I don't have the case and like they remove Shelly, but at this point I would just lose it at always anyways. There's not much that I can do about that, so. With the token, I now also have Candy Grapple active for Warden of the Inner Sky, which is pretty huge. We'll see. At least we know they don't have a Knight. They would have run that out. What is the other stuff? Like a Warden of the Inner Sky activation, maybe? Maybe not. Okay. This is a really good Preacher moment because we're at like an even life total, so we draw a card and we create a token, which is really nice. Is this going to be like the Resolute Reinforcements flashed in? Probably. Probably. Gotta be a little careful about this one. We're gonna do this. We're gonna get black. We're just gonna go grab as many blockers as we can here. While holding up like Candy Grapple, while holding up like an Evolved Sleeper activation. There we go. Get a Surveil. No, I have enough. I have enough. I'd rather find a Massacre Girl. That'd go hard. Okay, reinforcements has arrived. Some pings. Alright. I just really need them to not have Imidane. That would be devastating. Come on. Sometimes, like, Short is an evil card. We all know this, but sometimes... Thank you for saving us, Shelly. Sometimes you have to fight evil with evil, you know? That really is just the spot that we're in. If the best way to defeat evil with evil is to defeat evil with evil, then that's what you gotta do. Shelly gaining us on life against Convoke, I'm okay with it. Shelly, like, dealing damage against Convoke, I'm okay with it. Save us, girl boss. The opponent's trying to, like, figure out what they're supposed to do. I think they're gonna, like... They're definitely trying to activate the Warden, for sure. The second they do that, Candy Grapple. I'm just thinking about, like, what they can afford. Unless they have, like, an Imidate in hand or something, and it's, like... doing the math. I don't know. Oh. Okay. Interesting. That's really interesting. They're just swinging. I mean, technically, like, I get it. But I could put like an evolved sleeper in front of something. Make that grow. I can do the math too, right? So it's like, okay, so we're taking 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 here. We're taking 10. We're gaining some life, right? I can buff this evolved sleeper up twice so it stays alive. I would have a Shelly to attack with. I would have an evolved sleeper at 3, so we're swinging in for 7. We're swinging in for 2 with the preacher. So we're swinging in for 9. Technically, like, and we still have a piece of removal left. The only thing they need is, like, a resolute reinforcements to try and, like, recover. Or to try and, like, stay alive. We've already seen one here. I think I take the risk. I think I go about it like this. It's in a Gonjo. Okay, so then we're gonna just grapple the warden, make sure that, okay. Still buff that out. Slight change of plans, but it looks like still work out, you know. They do gain some life, which is, not great, but... Nice little Luminous Phantom. So what am I attacking for? 6... 7. This is potentially gross. 1, 2. Twice. It was 3. Wouldn't do it. Okay. I'm gonna play it a little bit more carefully then. I'll get rid of that Luminous Phantom because the life gain is kind of what like messed us up there. So I'll swing in with Shelly. I'll swing in with the Preacher. I'll like play the... Will you swing in with the Evolved Sleeper 2, I imagine? Well... Yeah, let's play it safe. Let's go in with this. There we go. Play new Preacher. So now we have 4 blockers no matter what happens. We have 1 point of life gain in the Vampire. Could be looking worse. Could be looking worse. They gotta like really like tilt back here. Like I think their best out is like a Knight Errant or something, you know? I mean Imidane also does a lot. Imidane would push... Imidane would be awkward. But then they still can really like attack with everything, so I think we're okay. Go Mono Black, woohoo! Warden, that's fine. Gain some life. Alright, so what do we have? We have an attack, both attacks with the Preacher attacks, definitely doing that. So that's already like, one of these needs to be blocked, else the opponent will lose on their upkeep with Shelly. I think I definitely have an Evolved Sleeper attack too, because of the buffs. And I could go into Dream Thief too, but maybe. Anyways, I think we just win that, so we're good. We're good. Okay, you can play it like super safe there and like hold back with more, but which is not bad. Playing it safe against Convoke, we all know what they're capable of. So, all right, we take the win. I mean, you gotta hit some lands. We also don't have removal, but this is looking pretty good. We have 2 of our like one-offs in here though. The Archfiend and the Aquazods, but that could be a blessing. Especially if we're against red aggro. I might actually... Sure, we're gonna need the land, right? We're gonna need the land. I think you'd definitely like put in like an yup, say less. Like an Obliterator or something if you wanted to. If you really wanted to like beat the red aggro players, you could definitely have your like a one-off Obliterator in here to perhaps like find with the case if you needed to. If you wanted to. I'll try. This opponent is just swinging. Like, they're just it's just, you know, classic case of I put creature in play, I attack all. I'm not thinking about what I'm doing. I'm just going. Do I want to draw a card? Sure. I have some life gain in my future, so I'm not mad. Do want to hit some removal here, which I am good with now with the Candy Grapple. Bloodthirsty. Alright, are you finally going to hold back? Or no? No, we're still not. Monster's Rage. Hopefully for them. Okay. At this point, I'm rooting for them to, like, not boost their creatures actively. Shelly. Mono Red, Aggro's biggest nightmare, alongside Ashlizzlle, we also have in hand. Huge 4/4 flyer with lifelink. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Okay. I truly needed some, like, you know, Mono Black Midrange, like, therapy, because I have just found nothing but, you know, aggro decks, like, the entire time. So playing something like this that just plays big creatures, has access to quite a good amount of life gain, good removal, it's just a really good, efficient way of dealing with aggro decks. We do love to see it. And I'm still queuing into aggro decks, so... I mean... It's just like, what is... I don't know. Anyway. Opponent clicked attack. GG's. Alright. Keeping that. Keeping that for sure. Lunarch Veteran. Okay. So we're either looking at Burrow's Convoke that tries to attack for the mirror, or some life gain deck. Usually it's just... Oh, maybe it's Mono White Downy, like something along those lines. Life of the Shiro is gonna be living its best life. I feel like Life of the Shiro is such an underrated enchantment. I'm thinking, like, maybe I have to do Deep Cavern Bet here because I do want to hit Ashlizzlle. But also, to try and, like, start removing these things is really good. Deep Cavern Bat also starts some, like, life gain stuff for us. Ooh, this is tricky. I think it's Toshiro, just to respect, like, the aggression that they can put out. Let's do a Recruitment Officer. At the moment, like, we don't care too much about how much life they're gaining. That's whatever. But we care about controlling the board. Ooh, that was a Knight Errant. I do have Candy Grapple that I can use. Just gotta be really careful about this one. I'm gonna minus, get rid of the Recruitment Officer. I could put Preacher in play. Preacher would give me a token, so I can remove the Knight Errant. I'm probably removing the Adversary at this point, though. I do want to, like, set this up, but I also want to be efficient with my stuff. So it's probably going to be Preacher first. I could always block the Knight and then remove the Adversary. The little buff guy. If they want to play it out, that is. Like, they could. And then just give it the buff. Alright. This is going to be a little tradesies. Probably. Gets rid of a huge creature for us. Like, I'm okay with that. We do love to see Death Touch. Alright, so let's start off by doing Lil Batsy. Oh. Okay, that's pretty scary. Knight Errant refuels, that's really bad. Ashlizzlle, bad too. Alright, so I need to remove Ashlizzlle. I gotta set up the Candy Grapple. Because Candy Grapple bargains, which means we have to sacrifice an artifact, enchantment, or token. But if we sacrifice Skeletina, we can also solve the case and look for, like, Massacre Girl or something. Oh wow, okay, this is going in a direction I was hoping it wouldn't go. Okay. I might just have to take it. I'll swing in with this. Then I'm gonna do Candy Grapple. Remove this. The awkward thing is, like, we kind of can't replay. We kind of, like, cannot replay the case of Stash Skeleton because it says when, you know, to solve it, you have to have no suspected skeletons. So having two of them is a little awkward. But I really need to find something here. Like, we really need to find, like, a Massacre Girl or anything of the sorts. We're just gonna have to pass, solve the case. Adeline comes in. All right. I'll get rid of this. Get rid of that. Oh, so Massacre Girl shows up like, ooh, okay. Hold on now. Regularly shown up. I guess I'll do Massacre Girl. And solve. Let me crack the case. What am I looking for? I might just look for like a good piece of removal, actually. Or I could find like Ashlizzlle is huge too. Has life gain on it, big boy. I'm thinking like maybe I grab like Grapple, Virtue, Shelly. I'm thinking Ashlizzlle, also because they have no lands. Or lands, cards left in hand. Okay. Here we are. Full deck mode, but we have Massacre Girl, and we're soon going to be vibing with Ashlizzlle. That's why I like the case. You know, the case, not only does it enable Candy Grapple, which is fantastic, it does help us find the cards we need. A little tutor effect. It'd be super useful eventually. And you can basically do with this, like, whatever you want, right? Like, if you... Okay, that was a fantastic draw. Oh my god. Yo. Okay. Not vibing with that universe. Knight Errant number 3 for them. Wow. It's a yikes for me. It's a yikes for me. That's insane. That really is insane. Uh-oh. Don't like that. Man. Alright, well, let's see what Massacre Girl can do for us, because I think I'm just close to dying, to be quite honest with you. How greedy the opponent gets with it, you know? Wow. Okay. This is a really good draw. I mean, that's... The deck can do a lot, but to stop another Knight Errant just as I thought we had an opportunity to stabilize... That's diff. Alright. Let's at least start off here by removing Corporate of Vanguard. Get the Massacre Girl trigger. Get a new Massacre Girl. Yeah, Skeletina can block, unfortunately. I could put a new Massacre Girl in play if I want to, but it's like... Ugh. I really needed to not find another copy of a legendary here. It's just... We're low rolling. We're like really low rolling. I don't know what we can do about that. It's, I mean, you kind of like attack with Ashlizzlle here because it just pressures like their hand. Okay, they didn't get that land out. You just pass a turn. I could probably attack with the bat too because this has vigilance anyways. We just kind of like relying on top decks to help us out. And we have that Massacre Girl block still. Can do a thing or two. So Massacre Girl here. Bat in front of whatever. Take 8, 10. Hmm. It is what it is. Let's go. Life gain save me. Ashlizzlle, you are the chosen one. Draw 2 cards. All right, here we go. Candy grapple. Okay, 2 lands. No, no, no. That is not how we're supposed to do this, my friend. That is not how we're supposed to do this. All right. We're swinging. Like, Wither is still super relevant because if you block with that Warden... You got a 0-1 right there. I'm gonna do Fairy Dream Thief right now. Evolved Sleeper. Is that what I want? I mean, it would make a good blocker for me. It's not removal, but I don't hate it. Okay, okay, we got this. I feel a bit more confident now. Like, go Massacre Girl. It's gonna take over. Yes, I gatekeep girl boss. We're gonna get our Ashlizzlle back soon. Oh my god, she did it. She did it. It's a good card, guys. It is. Still is. I see my girl. I see a bet. I'm keeping it. And some vampires. Like, this deck has everything. Everything I love. Girls that slay. Bats and vampires. It's like, what else could you possibly need? Okay, Deep Cavern Bat. Okay. So, this is kind of like the scenario where it's like, okay, what would we want the opponent to use on our bat? Which is like a Lightning Strike. If you want to remove your bat, use a Lightning Strike. So, that's why we're going to grab Play with Fire. Because the bat might always get removed, but if it soaks up 3 damage, you take it. Oh, you're setting up the chick. So at least we're getting a little bit of life gain here. Which I quite like. All right, we're going to take that. Yeah, you just wait till I drop a Massacre Girl. I'm just saying. Let's put Preacher in play. You just wait. Wait and find out. They might actually attack first and try to, like, go after the Preacher, but I'm okay with that. I'll take out whatever you gotta take out. Like, if that means you're using your Lightning Strike to remove a blocker of mine and I can still gain a little bit of life with my bat, I'm here for that. They're thinking about that now. Okay, maybe they have 2 things. Did they draw into another? I mean, I guess you're gonna then play to Play with Fire and then remove both, but that's fine. Look at how much, like, resources we've taken out of theirs, though. We've taken out Play with Fire, Lightning Strike, and a Swift Spear. What do we have to bounce back with? A Massacre Girl. We're chilling. We're chilling. Oh, interesting. That's gonna be interesting. The Eurobrask Forge. God, yeah, I don't think you should be attacking with those because I get the trigger. All right. Got a Virtue even. I can take out the yeah, let me just take out the Phoenix chick. I love you, Phoenix chick. I do, but I just want my Massacre Girl triggers. I'm addicted. Also Flyer, you know. Give me my card. They're realizing now, like, this is, they're realizing now we're not going to be running out of cards anytime soon. But we're also in a race against the clock or the Eurobrask Forge, you know? But fortunately for a while, we have high toughness blockers and a lot of life gain potential, so we're still chilling. We're still chilling. Okay. The opponent needs to stop attacking with Eurobrask Forge, though, because if it just dies normally, like, it won't be affected by, like, Wither, so. Then again, they're playing mono red aggro. They might just attack with everything and hope for the best. Okay. Interesting. I think I'm brave enough to attack like this, and hopefully I can draw something relevant. Okay, well, I guess at least I have this guy left still, but case it is, and then we're gonna be firing off a Takenuma. That will cost 3, because Massacre Girl is a legendary. 3 to channel. There we go. Pass the turn. Wouldn't mind some ways to trigger Massacre Girl. Is that a Falcon? Okay. Forge goes. They're gonna attack us. They're gonna get Chick back. Love that for them. I will remove... I mean, what... I gotta think about this because 4, 6, 8, 9. Like, what are we... Did we think this through, Mono Red aggro? I don't think we thought this through, did we? You're attacking me for not lethal, and I'm attacking you for lethal, my friend. Like, it's the Mono Red aggro syndrome. Anyway, like, even if you held back with, like, one more creature in that spot, you know, you would be able to win next turn, maybe? But it's just like, we're not thinking, we're attacking. Anyways, you take the win.